Oh man, great hair day today. Yeah, that's awesome. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. And today, what would you say if I told you Harley Davidson has it in their power to make the best motorcycles in the world? Don't believe me? Check that thing out right there. That is the 2023 Harley Davidson Pan America. The folks over at Cowboy Harley lent this to me for 2 days to do some testing and some videos on. And in lieu of a first ride for this, because I've ridden this thing so many times, we're actually going to talk about how significant this motorcycle really is for Harley, because I think a lot of people have written off how much of a leap this motorcycle is. So let's hit the road and talk about it. Okay folks, so full disclosure, this is actually the second time that I've tried to film this. My second camera's been giving me some issues, so I lost the first vlog, but I've been riding this bike more and more. As a result, I'm actually on the way to take it back to Cowboy because my time is coming to an end with it, but it's only made me realize more how significant of a leap this was for Harley Davidson. And I've said it before, but we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about it today. But before we do, I do need to take a second and shout out our sponsor for today's video, Flying Eyes. So you see me wear these sunglasses all the time. I pretty much don't go anywhere without a set. And we're actually giving away a pair to celebrate getting 100,000 subscribers. I know, we're 6,000 subscribers past that. We're 2 months after the fact. Maybe even more by the time you're seeing this. But we have finally got the plaque, which you're probably seeing a picture of. So it's official. And to celebrate, the fine folks at Flying Eyes are giving away a pair of sunglasses. And all of the information is going to be down in the description. And yeah, go check it out. Get yourself entered to win a pair of the best sunglasses you can put on your face while you're riding your motorcycle. And with that, let's start talking about the Pan America here. Now, you're going to hear in a handful of videos that I've made about this, and Whitney and I have made, you're going to hear a lot of effusive praise for this thing, because I genuinely do believe this is my favorite motorcycle on the road today. I really, really, really enjoy riding this. It's so much fun. It's such an interesting aberration in motorcycling. I mean, the company that builds cruisers for a living decided they were going to throw their hat in the ring and make an adventure touring motorcycle for one of the most competitive market segments they could come up with, and then they just did it. And not only did they do it, but they freaking nailed it. I mean, I never thought I would just be marching a giant Harley up a hill and trespassing on some, you know, private property, just goofing around, doing hooligan things on an adventure bike with the bar and shield on the side of it, man. This is crazy. I legitimately love this motorcycle, and it blows my mind that it exists. But let's take a second and let's talk about the road that Harley Davidson took to bring this bike to market, because that's equally significant as the motorcycle is, in my opinion. I love riding this thing off-road. And I know this isn't exactly the most challenging trail. It's just like a little rocky 2-track. But, again, I'm on a freaking Harley where I would take a dual sport, you know? It's pretty wild. Right, so, the market segment that this motorcycle is in. The first thing that you gotta know about it is outrageously competitive. If you do not come correct in the flagship ADV market, you're not gonna do well. You just won't. It's so important that you have the right list of features, that you have all of the right technology, and that you come in without being outrageously overpriced. And I know a lot of people are going to look at a $20,000 motorcycle and be like, that's overpriced. Well, not really. Especially when you consider the fact that you can get into this thing for $17,000, which is the same price. Oh, down goes my camera. I just broke it off. Okay, that's fun. Is it not under the bike? Oh boy. Great start. Let's see if the Insta360 is still working, or if I broke it for good. Hello, camera. Are you still alive? I'm just gonna restart it and put it back on the bike. Alright. So if you're gonna hop into the, you know, massively saturated adventure bike space, you have to come correct. And Harley decided they were going to go just straight for the king of adventure bikes, which is the BMW. And nobody had really decided, you know what, I'm going to come for the BMW and just take it out. Harley was like, nah, we own this now, thanks, bye. And then they just came straight for the biggest bike in the market. And they did their research. They really wanted to make a competitive motorcycle to the BMW. Awesome, super cool. But you're coming at a bike that has years and years and years of market research and development and all of this stuff. And you haven't been off-road in forever. You know, the last time Harley was legitimately off-road, you could argue, was the Buell Ulysses, which is kind of Harley, but also kind of not. Man, this thing has so much torque. And that's in off-road mode. Let's go back to sport. So I don't think there was a single person on the planet Earth who, when they heard that Harley was making an adventure bike, was like, okay, sure, cool, I'm sure they're gonna do great. I'm sure there were a handful of people out there who are like, you know, I'm secretly optimistic, but most people, when they think of Harley, they think of big, giant, air-cooled cruisers that weigh 1,000 pounds. That's just what they think of. You can't be that and be an adventure bike. You have to have power, you have to have a lot of technology, especially in this segment. There's a big set of checklists that you need to knock off to make sure that you've got a great bike that's actually going to sell. And I was one of those skeptics. I was one of the people who was out there looking at the Pan America being like, no way, dude, I really appreciate the attempt, but I don't see it. And then I rode it in Sturgis and I was like, okay, we've got something here. And it's not just me saying that. In the year that it came out, the Pan America was pretty much the best-selling adventure bike in America. I can't remember for how long, but it unseated the GS as the #1 selling ADV bike in the States. And that is no mean feat. Now, admittedly, the Pan Am did have its issues, as every single first-year motorcycle has. And, you know, there's that super famous case of the dude who took his bike out on the tat and it broke down and Harley basically gave him a brand new engine. I actually had a clutch blowout on one of the Pan Americas that I borrowed from the Harley Davidson fleet. There's a whole list of issues that people have encountered with the first year Pan Ams. I've been told that those have been solved, but I have also seen reports from people on forums that say, no, I'm still having issues. But you know what? First-year bikes always have issues. They take a while to get fixed, especially when they're these, you know, crazy suites of electronics. And on the electronics front, Harley Davidson was actually the first to market with the ride height device that's in this bike, which is a awesome feature that allows more people onto adventure bikes. Adventure bikes can be tall and intimidating and hard to sit on for a lot of folks. So being able to get on these motorcycles gets more people into the experience. Love that. I think Ducati has since grabbed a ride height device. I'm not sure, but as far as I know, Harley was the first to do that. And let's take a quick second and talk about the price here. Yes, okay, this motorcycle is $20,000. And you can get into it with the cast wheels for $17,500. But if you're the kind of guy or gal who's going to take this thing and they're going to do everything that they see in the ads, you're going to want the full packaged motorcycle. So you're going to pay 20 grand for it. You know what? That's right on par with the rest of the bikes in the class. I'll have a list of them, but I think the Africa Twin is the cheapest, like the fully loaded Africa Twin Sport or whatever it's called. And suffice it to say, I think that this motorcycle is worth every penny of its asking price. And I honestly don't think that there's a Harley tax on this. I think it's priced pretty much perfectly for what it is. The brakes are phenomenal. The handling is great. The technology makes you feel like a superhero. It's really hard to beat this thing, man. Okay, so that's enough flattery for Harley Davidson on this thing. It's time for me to flip the coin over and show you the other side of this video. Harley, I'm talking directly to y'all. Knock it off, man. Seriously, knock it off. Get your head in the game. Man, you made one of the best adventure bikes. You made my favorite motorcycle on the road. I know I'm just some dude out there on the internet, but I've seen enough comment sections begging for something new from the motor company, something that's going to allow people to get excited. This got people excited, and it's still exciting people. How do I know? Because every time I see it, people are like, oh, the Pan Am is so friggin' cool. You get some people who are like, yeah, reliability issues, but you get that with all motorcycles. Everybody complains about reliability unless it's a Honda. The fact that Harley Davidson, of all companies, was able to make this at their first at-bat in one of the hardest market segments to compete in, it's proof that if they want to, they could make whatever they want. I guarantee you right now, the Bronx is sitting somewhere in a hidden warehouse, somewhere in Milwaukee, ready to go. And they just were like, no, I'm a little nervous about the boomers. And obviously I'm being a little bit facetious there. But I do believe Harley Davidson is afraid of their core customer. And if I may speak to that core customer for a second, guys, try this machine out. I guarantee you've heard some people say that this is the fastest thing on a Harley Davidson showroom. Are you not curious to try this out? Are you not curious that maybe this is everything people are saying it is? Go give it a shot, man. Really, just let your preconceptions kind of fall away and just check it out. See what it can do. I bet you this is going to change some perceptions. And honestly, while I love this motorcycle as much as I do, and I love it with every fiber of my being, it also makes me mad because a company that had no right to build a motorcycle this good built this motorcycle, and we're like, yes, we're going to sell it. It's going to be competitive. And yeah, okay, bye. Where did that come from, man? Where is that Harley right now? Where was that Harley when they unveiled their 120th year anniversary? Why isn't there a 120th colorway Pan Am? Why is it all just the big giant baggers that have the 120 stuff? Come on. I know Zeitz came out in the 120th and he was like, yeah, we might show off some other bikes. You're not going to see anything exciting this year, I don't think, from Harley Davidson. Don't get me wrong, I want to be wrong about this, I really do, but I don't see it. And the reason I make these videos specifically about Harley Davidson and a lot less about other brands, you may have noticed that I speak very differently about Harley than I do about a lot of other companies. I'm very open with my problems with their bikes. The reason I think that way is because I started on a Harley. I have a lot of passion for Harley Davidson and I want to see them do more stuff. And this is just more proof that, frankly, I didn't need, but that I love to see, that says that Harley can do whatever they want. They just have to do it, man. And you know what? Maybe they never will. Maybe this is as good as it gets from Harley Davidson. And you know what? If this is their peak, don't get me wrong, I'll be disappointed, but I gotta say, what a number to go out on, right? I mean, holy cow. And again, I just want to say here at the end that everything I say about Harley Davidson, I say with love. I'm a Harley fan through and through, much to the chagrin of people in the comments. People yell at me all the time for being soft on Harley. And you know what? I don't care. I'm completely happy to treat Harley nicely when they do stuff that's good, but I'm also not going to forgive them for not pushing the envelope when they can. And this is an envelope pushing motorcycle, and I want to see more of it from the company. And frankly, it's proof that they could make the best bikes in the world if they wanted to. Here's what I want from Harley Davidson. I want Harley Davidson with the same old f you attitude to come out and be like, y'all doubted us, you bet wrong, look at what we can do. I want them to come out and start competing in Super Hooligan on a naked bike, not some big stupid crew. Whoop, there goes my thing again. Great. I'm gonna just put this in my pocket. Whoops. I want Harley to compete because they can. They know how to. They've done it before. They just need to do it again. And I think they can. Trying to not lose a expensive whoops. But yeah, bring back some of that you factor. Just be like, no, you doubted us. You were wrong. This is why you never count out the motor company. And I think they can do it, guys. I really do. So, with that being said, I know this is kind of a long diatribe, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm being hyperbolic when I say that I think they can build the best bikes in the world, or are you thinking their time is past and somebody else needs to pick up the torch? And if you do think that, who do you think can be this, like, genre-defining motorcycle company? And remember, guys, while you're down there, check out that giveaway we're doing with Flying Eyes. A huge shout out to them for supporting the channel as long as they have. They're the longest running supporter and sponsor of the channel, and I'm super glad to keep working with them. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later.